Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 5 series of presentation for circular disruption. Thank you for being part of this series of events, helping us to achieve our goal of leveraging the power of our community to level up the potential of circular economy and sustainability. On the first session, we had the presentation of Juanita about the concept of circular economy, the need to transform our economies from linear to circularity, and the opportunities for business and how we can identify them. Next, we have the presentation of Harper, introducing the circular business models and challenges for companies to implement. And in the last presentation, Juan explained how changing our minds and system thinking will help us to find the solutions to interconnect our economies. Transform our linear economies into a circular economy is one of the biggest challenges we face in the future. And today we wanted to show a real solution to a circular economy problem, how the use of digital technology, data, and collaboration help us to speed up and scale this transformation. With the Zeloop, the plastic circular economy reward platform. Before I present Eric, we wanted to hear what you expect from this presentation. We wanted to hear what you expect from this presentation. Please connect with the link or the QR of Menti and tell us what you expect from today's session. Let me share this one. Sorry. Okay, I need to stop sharing to show the.
Okay, if I share, you will be able to record to us still. Okay.
I think Manuel wanted to share the Menti screen, no?
Sorry. Yeah, that's what you're expecting from the session today, how to apply the business case for circular economy, our business model. And next, we wanted to think about the words plastic, littering, and reward, and tell us what comes to your mind when you hear those words. You can write in the Menti or link to on the next slide. Just think about.
See the screen, Manuel.
Sorry?
If you are sharing something, we cannot see it.
Oh, sorry. Can you see the screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Just think about plastic, littering, and reward, and tell us on the next question, what do you think about when you hear those words? And you can write it on the Menti QR. Waste, suffocation, pollution, that's the word that came to my mind. And catastrophe. I think many of the words came to the mind of Eric when he had the idea of start the Zeloop, the plastic, the platform. So let me introduce just one state, 1,000 years. Yes, that's one of the problems of the plastic and litter. Thank you for your words. Let me introduce you now, Eric. Just, let me.
You want to switch? I switch on the presentation.
Yes, if you want to share the presentation and put your picture.
Okay.
Yes, we want to introduce Eric. Eric is the CEO and founder of the Zeloop, the Plastic Circular Economy World Platform. Eric is a French National Engineering School, and he has experience in the beverage industry. He has worked over 25 years in a variety of commercial roles worldwide, and building partnership and developing business. He has a strong network with the stakeholders of the beverage and plastic industry. Eric started the idea of Zeloop, and he's convinced that the circular economy can reduce human impact in our earth. He joined forces striving to a healthier planet. This is he started the Zeloop, and this is a perfect example of how the digital technology can help us to really achieve these problems of circular economy. Come on, Eric, you are a presenter to Zeloop, the plastic platform.
Yes, thank you, Manuel, for the introduction. I'm very glad to be part of that webinar and share our passion and our experience and our views towards plastic. I would say nickname plastic pollution because let's face it, it's human pollution, and we are all responsible in one way or the other of what ends up in nature. So we will see why we launched Zeloop, what is it about, how we do that, and then some ideas to go forwards, and our ambition to go even further. So the way it's have first a question for you: would you litter with gold? Obviously, I know the answer, and I can even tell why. Because it has value for you. But plastic is listed everywhere in nature. Why? Because of all, this is because plastic is too cheap and it has no value. We find plastic that have value. Imagine, have you ever seen a credit card littered on a beach? Have you seen Lego bricks littered by kids and so on? No, it's a valuable plastic that is not littered. So that is all what we thought about. And this is why we have put together pro-environmental behaviors and blockchain technology in a reward platform called Zeloop for a litter-free world. Focusing on post-consumption behaviors, engaging end users, Zeloop increased collection rate and recycling performance. Our solution is based on 3 elements: a platform using our in-house reward engine, a utility cryptocurrency, the Eco Rewards token, and a game that we want to provide an exciting experience is the Zeloop mobile application. And we sell end user and employees engagement solutions. On our platform, we offer white label solutions supported by our reward engine, created a suite of solutions to optimize recycling performance and engagement. So it is applied as a back up of Zeloop app, rewarding the plastic and the fighting littering, but it is also available and is already delivered for other solutions, whether on plastic or beyond plastic. The mobile application is based on crowdsourcing of collection points and then automatic reward by our cryptocurrency for every used plastic bottle deposited. The application is gamified to provide maximum engagement and give space for partners to market their involvement on CSR. We are using mobile phone. Almost everybody today has a mobile phone, so it's very easy to implement, easy to maintain, and tapping on existing network of collection points. So how there's two directions, end user and businesses. For end user, it's very simple. They download the app, and they just have to follow simple steps to start to enjoy the game. They collect plastic bottles, whether they are the bottles they have consumed, the bottles they find when they collect in nature and so on, because other people unfortunately have disposed it of wrongly. They drop to the nearest collection center that has been mapped in the app by the community. Take picture, upload the quantities of bottles. We check with our in our system the quantities, and upon that they earn eco rewards token that they can exchange against goods and services, and further later in the year against real money by trade. We have also a feature that combines the sport environment, a plugin feature, where it's beyond plastic. The user can just select the duration of a session. They go for a walk, pick trash, any trash. In that case, we don't try to segregate the cigarette butts from the mask and the plastic bottle and so on. But when the session is validated because they have collected trash, they are rewarded. They earn eco rewards for every step they have performed in the collection. That allows us to expand beyond the places where you have a collection system for the plastic bottle, and to start to onboard people on the eco-friendly behavior and tackling pollution. Then the user can participate to competition where there are greater prices to be won, provided by our partners. And for all the participants, they're systematically rewarded with the eco rewards, and then they can redeem them against vouchers. So it's a direct purchasing power, and we hold the world record of valuation for an empty plastic bottle that goes up to $50 per bottle as a discount purchase value, and it can reach up to 50%. For businesses, we know that consumers want to live more sustainable life and mindful lives, but they also expect companies to be involved on that step. And when companies have a budget to play on CSR, the next question is, say, how do we use that money to make a great impact? So usually is reducing the impact of the production, the supply chain, going towards employees, but it's also important to make that aware that the brand is working on. And for that, Zeloop is a great post-consumption marketing tool with tangible measurement of the impact. So we propose challenges that we call eco-missions that the company can set for a duration on a specific geography, and with some special prices for the top collectors, which provides a great engagement and a great visibility for the brand. For instance, we have done some challenges with Nestlé or some waste management company. For Nestlé, we demonstrated that we can have a great reach of people. We can gain high traction for the brands, and then we can also push end user going the extra mile, collecting up to 200 times more than their average consumption, which is then where we start really to have a true impact. We have delivered the application has been rolled out worldwide, and we are pushing all the stakeholders in the key markets where collection rate is low. We have delivered as per our roadmap after a successful launch in the UAE, with an expansion in Europe and Americas, with a network of franchises working on two axes: user acquisition, business acquisition. We were the first company in the Middle East to be awarded the Solar Impulse label as one of the 1,000 sustainable efficient solutions for a better world, and our token is listed with over 14,000 users in 160 countries, purely organic, and a good start on collection of plastic bottles. To go beyond, we are also proud to announce a metaverse world first combining play-to-earn mobile game called Harmonia Goya's Land with our unique blockchain universal recycling app. So basically here, we are combining the virtual world and the real world. People will collect and collect real bottles, plugging and so on, perform in the real world, and then the mobile game will check the performance in Zeloop, and upon that performance in Zeloop, the players in the virtual game will earn some more benefits that can help them to earn more. And since it's a play to earn, basically the full package makes it an impact to earn solution, engaging the younger generation that are very playing. We also want to expand that experience. We've seen that with the platform, we can go beyond the plastic with any recyclables or any eco-friendly gestures. We have also, for people who have no time to do active impact, playing with the Zeloop application, we have a browser extension that people can install on their computer that will enable to play on affiliate marketing and sponsor NGOs that are active on the field. So I call that passive impact. I have nothing to do, but just having the browser extension. And when I do shopping online, at least I will help those NGOs that act on the field. And then we are launching very soon an e-learning platform. So it's a micro learning for on the sustainability life, and we are not there to patronize and say this is good, not good, but more to educate on what can we do to compensate our impact. As a human today in a modern life, we have an impact on the planet. It's a matter of compensate, mitigate that impact, and with a full blended experience with different small education and call to action using the platforms, and the reward system. We want to engage more people on the education side also. It's in the group. We recommend some books. I would like to recommend that interesting book for Dr. Chris DeArmit, who has spent a great time. What I like on that is we hear a lot of facts. Some are distorted on social media and things. Everything is mixed up, and so it's also very good to go to the basis from what is measured and the reality. As a reality today, plastic is part of our modern life. May difficult to get rid of it, but it's more use it properly and using also some type of future material that can be have a shorter life cycle, and obviously avoiding that everything that we produce, whether it's glass, can, carton, and so on, and in nature. You see, I will be ready to answer the question.
Hello.
Yeah.
We can return to the last.
You want to return? Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, we have two questions now. First is Juanita. The question is, who bears the cost of managing the recycling? How do business perceive the service from Zeloop? Do they feel that it's too expensive? How do you make it attractive for business?
It was breaking up. Can you just repeat it again?
The first question is from Juanita. It's who bears the cost of managing the recycling? How do business perceive the service from Zeloop? Do they feel that it's too expensive? How do you make it attractive for business?
Okay. Yeah. Very good question. So there's actually several questions there. So
yes.
the cost of managing the recycling is borne by the different stakeholders handling the plastic that is collected. Zeloop is really focusing on one step of the loop. If you look at the full circular economy loop for plastic, but any other waste, you produce, consumer consume, and after we have to collect the waste, and then we have to retreat that waste to reinject. We are on that part, on the consumer. When I'm a consumer, let's say I have a plastic bottle, I have only two options. Either I dump that empty bottle in nature, or I bring it to a collection point. Zeloop is there to influence by incentivizing the user to choose that second option. I'm going to bring my bottle in a place where someone has a chance to do something about it, and that is not lost in nature, and obviously will pollute nature and so on, with all the disaster we see where the plastic is accumulated and so on. So that is really, we don't care Zeloop, as Zeloop, we don't take care of the recycling, we care of the behavior and influence that behavior, which make it the recycling more profitable, because obviously the more volume you go to the collection point, the more it's easier to take care and make it valuable. So how business perceive the service from Zeloop? So far we didn't have, I don't think they found it too expensive. Maybe we will have, hopefully the more we grow, we have the ability to make it more expensive, because obviously the more we can generate revenues, the more we can develop and expand and so on. But so far, when we have those discussions, it's not really a discussion on price, I would say. And what is attractive for businesses? When you have a CSR budget, the key question is, how do I use my CSR budget on something that is not perceived as a greenwashing? Here, we are not doing greenwashing. The people, to win on a challenge, they have to collect bottles. We are checking every single picture they upload in the system with our automatic system and so. So we have a full traceability, and every time the user is rewarded is traced on the blockchain. So we have that traceability and that proof of the action on the ground. And then when the company push and support an initiative like that, it's really something that can be monitored and valued and demonstrated.
Thank you.
We have more questions for Shmuel, Mustafa, and Jen.
Harpreet raise his hand also.
Okay. And I want to read the question of Shmuel. Here my question to discussion. I want to ask, is it intensive development plastic recycling industry can support reach zero plastic goal around the world? This is a question for Shmuel.
Well, the zero plastic in the world, personally, I don't believe is going to happen before tomorrow. Look, we are all too connected thanks to a piece of plastic. We are all using a computer. We have plastic. Modern life today includes plastic. Whether that plastic is properly disposed of is a problem. Whether we can find some substitute of not, I don't like the. Let's imagine a plastic that is really biodegradable. So if it ends up in nature, which is should never end, it doesn't harm the environment. But other things that ends in metal, you have varnish, you have inks, you have paper, you have inks, and so on. So everything that we produce that ends in nature is not good for our environment. So there's not really a difference between plastic and other material on that sense. It should not end in nature. So the end of the plastic world, I'm not so sure that we will see that immediately. But what we can do is to make sure that the plastic doesn't end in the wrong place. And then incentivizing is why not? Why not? Why? Since we are a child, We've been educated where you do something good, I give you a reward. I give you a kiss, I give you a tap on your shoulder, I give you a great encouragement, verbal encouragement, and so on. And when I do something wrong, I'm punished, and so on. That is what happened in our life in any culture all around the world. When it comes to recycling or environment, see, either I punish you, I do nothing. I say, oh, it's granted, it has to be done for the planet. No, well, why not? Incentivizing people, why not also being happy to do that for the planet?
Thank you. The next question is for Mustafa. The question is, what could be the challenge and barriers in implementing such technology in developing a proper circular economy of plastics?
Well, the challenge, I think, is primarily our size. It's why we are fundraising to grow faster. We need to reach more people so that we can grow the community, get that global traction, that where people start to join automatically. And obviously, it's a virtual tool. You attract more businesses, the business will join. I see one of the questions, for instance, Zeloop incentives tool can be applied to other industries like fashion. Yes, we are currently working on a white label for shoes, sustainable shoes, and so on. So as long that we have an eco-friendly gesture, the eco-reward token and the reward engine is available. And we are discussing for other eco-friendly gesture. But it has to be eco-friendly. It has to be rewarded at the individual level for people. So our limitation today is more the size of our company, of our initiative. The more the growth, the more we have impact, and the more we can amplify that reach. And it's also why we have also that strategy to have a representative in countries to open doors to market the approach and so on.
Okay. The next question is Jean. If you want, Jean, you can.
Yeah, it just strikes me that there's many opportunities to further segment the types of collectors. I was thinking of hikers, it just came to mind. And when I thought of that, I thought of partnerships as well. For example, and I'm sure you've already thought of this, partnerships with companies like in the US would be REI or Patagonia to fit into their existing programs for their customers. What has been done on that level?
Absolutely. It's the possibility is why I see a question, why use blockchain instead of conventional database and for tracking. The blockchain it's a fantastic fantastic tool. It's not the objective and so on, but it's the way to create value for all the stakeholders, and it's the way that allows us also to go bridge from the plastic to other recyclables or other eco-friendly materials. So let's imagine you mentioned Patagonia, and so let's say they have embedded in their app a reward for plugging and so on,
exactly,
through an API from Zeloop and so on.
Right.
The user, when they bring their clothes back, they earn eco rewards. Then we say, hey, download Zeloop and you earn eco rewards, the same token when they plug anything or when they collect plastic bottles. We have tomorrow an app on batteries. I earn again rewards for batteries, and then you mutualize different industries that today are more looking at their own problem in silos. They say, well, okay, batteries and in nature is my problem, and I don't try. And that is why we have decided that platform approach, so that we can mutualize, because the problem is the same, whether it's a battery or plastic bottle or paper. Yeah. The problem is litter. We want to fight littering, and we bring a tool for that.
Sure. And I'll just add that being an REI customer, they are already getting people involved in community activities, and it's a way for you to piggyback on what they're already to grow your organization.
Yeah, but obviously we are a small team, so we have to do the development, we have to do the marketing, customers and so on, and we rely on people sometimes say, hey, but I know the CEO of this company, and I'm sure it could be a great fit, and then you have a fast track to realization.
Sure. It was just an idea. Okay.
That was just an excellent idea.
Thank you.
The next question is Harper.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Manuel, and thank you, Eric, for this presentation. I really like the idea. And I do not know if my question goes into your business secrets. So if it goes, so please feel free to say you cannot answer that question. Now, specifically in Europe, I'm pretty sure you're aware that European Union is asking producers in what is called as extended producer liability. So things are being said, hey, just after selling your stuff, your liability doesn't end, your liability goes on further. Now, while you're presenting these ideas, excuse me, to the corporates, do they even ask, or do you think they ask you about, hey, when you're doing image processing, why don't you even tell me that, but just as an example, hey, what this person picked up was a Coca-Cola bottle. So we can tick the box saying, hey, we fulfilled our extended producer liability problem. Is that some these discussions taking place?
Not really, because we closed that discussion for a simple point. You know, I was in the packaging industry, in the beverage industry for many years, and so on. You don't need to wait for collecting a soda for a soda from one of the 2 liter the soda to know that, for instance, Coca-Cola is producing 20% of the sodas in the world. We know that at the end of the palletizer of every single production line. So, you know, the extended production responsibility, you know that you can measure it. And the collection is not relevant with the brand, is relevant to the system, is relevant to the consumer behavior that you have been able to mature. So what we help is to change that behavior, and then the brand can tap on it and say, look, I'm doing my share to change that behavior. And studies have been in contact with marketing companies and of beverage industry who have done that kind of analysis. They put, let's say, a bin branded and asking for bring bottles only for their brand versus a branding bin where you ask to bring any bottle. The positive comments is here on the second case, because on the second case, the consumer say, hey, you as a brand, you are not concerned about littering element and so on. On the first case, out of the system, so you are clean and so on. So anyway, in terms of perception, it's much better to be broader and not to link that to, hey, this is my bottle that is being collected and so on. After, technically, it will be more challenging also for us. Let's face it. It will be more, but nothing is impossible. But more, a lot of bottles are collected from the environment. So they are crushed, they are flattened, they are dirty, and so on. You don't recognize sometimes the brand and so on. So anyway, you will not have a high accuracy. And anyway, if imagine that we collect every single bottle that ends in nature, you will end up to the result you already know. 20% of the bottle will come from Coca-Cola because they produce 20% of the bottle. So, you know, you don't need a system to measure that. We know that.
So that is true, Eric. But I was just thinking, you know, right now, and I'm making a very exaggerated statement, but just to drive a point, right now, most of the things that happen in the world of sustainability are based on moral values. Now, can we, you know, transform it? Can we shift the prism to something that makes economic sense as well? So if somehow the companies can see a strategic value, they see, hey, we can really make, we can gain strategic or a business points or business strategic value out of it, then there's a race towards it. Otherwise, it's a matter of whose values are more good, and then, you know, it always comes under CSR, which is not bad. I'm not saying it is bad. I'm just saying it's not something that, you know, we can really bake into the business model itself.
Well, this is the two, is that CSR value like we were mentioning, the comment when we did the challenge with Nestle, when it was measured, the comments on the social media when they posted about the collaboration, the call to action to use Zeloop and so on, the percentage of positive comments was much higher than the average measurement. In is a PR value that is very strong, and that every company and most of companies, they do marketing for consumption, pre-consumption marketing. Hey, buy my product, but there is not much on the post-consumption, and that is where there is a big value with that post-consumption marketing, and it's what Zeloop is for the brand at least, is a post-consumption marketing tool. You can have a great value, and it has been already measured. After, the second element to create an economical value is that value that we're creating also by the mean of a token and so on, that is spread out of the can be pushed by those challenges, because then you have some competition that give further tractions and so on, and then you have more people using, and the more you have traction and velocity of the token within the ecosystem, the more it creates value. And that value comes, I would say, almost from nowhere. I mean, nobody has put on the return scheme, you have to put the money on the table. If you give 1 cent per bottle, you put 1 cent on the table for every bottle. Here we have managed to disconnect the value of the waste collected from the residual value of the material collected.
Yeah, I take two very interesting points from your conversation. One is this advertising post-selling the product, and also how you've decoupled the value from the material value.
That's very important.
To the behavior value. I think that's a brilliant idea.
And just the last question is for Ola. What is the use of blockchain as a conventional for tracking?
Yeah, makes sense. Like I mentioned a bit earlier, is that the eco rewards, if you go to the app, you see the eco rewards. It looks like a point system, and we want it that way. It means that we use blockchain, but for the user, you don't need to understand anything about blockchain and other economics around on the crypto element and so on. It's like a point that you can redeem and so on. But we have put that extra layer because first, the new generation are more into blockchain and so on. So we can have another interest. We introduce already the leverage of competition, of systematic reward, of universality. I can be rewarded everywhere I go. I go in a place, there is a bin, I map it, and within 24 hours, I can start to be rewarded. So, and then you have social recognition, we have a leaderboard and so on, a dashboard where you can measure your progress and so. And then those generations also are coming more and more, are looking how I can get some money out of the things I do, and why not get that traction from there. So it has an extra beneficial for acquisition, and it has that extra, and for me the most important is that ecosystem. You build an ecosystem that if it was just an eco rewards point, I cannot propose the eco reward to another company for fashion and so on. Here I can, because when I earn eco rewards on that other thing, it's still tracked by the reward engine, and it belongs to the full ecosystem. So that it's really the beneficial of the technology, and on the top of that is immutable, is trackable, and so on. So you have also that trust. A trustful system. We are talking about waste management. It's interesting to have that traceability down the line.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I think we don't have more questions. Let me just share the presentation to.
Yeah. So, thank you for all those excellent questions. Very interesting.
Yeah, I actually have an additional question to understand a little bit more on your business model. So, so you have partnerships with the businesses, and that's how you earn money. and that's how you generate the money to give the return, the rewards.
Mm-hmm. So we have our business model is on. We have three blocks, I would say. Within the app, when we do challenges for brands, either for employees engagement program or for end user program, we charge for the service of setting up the competition, extracting the results, and defining the top collectors and so on.
Okay.
That we sell as a service for the use within the app. Also on the marketplace, we have some potential revenues when people redeem. The vendors give us a bit of commission on the net value. That is on the app. Then on the platform, we sell what we call reskin. So let's say you want to have your own Zeloop application, but branded for you. We change the color, but we use all the principle of Zeloop that can be delivered. Or we can do white labels, and then the same principle is always we have a setup development, setup fee, commissioning, and then we have a license fee depending on the different challenges that rise around the proposal. So that is the second part of the business model. So a service for white label, and then after the blockchain element will in future provide also some revenues.
Okay, thank you.
So value for the user. That is not only a value for us; it's a value for all the stakeholders.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for presentation. It's a great presentation. Thank you for showing us the Zeloop, the platform that will reduce the plastic in an economy with a circular economy solution. For the next presentation of our series, we have Julia Maynard. We invite you for August 11. It's the presentation about retrofit, a solution to transition to quicker to net zero transport. And you can subscribe to the next sessions about retrofit, circularity, and the wrap-up closing from in September. Thank you everyone to join us. We hope to have you on the next sessions. And thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.